Welcome to today's virtual interview for Kandid Kaiya. I am here with Zaire Love, my friend, my sis, who also happens to be a filmmaker, a music maker, and the founder of Wodo. So she's going to be talking with us all about how to become a filmmaker. Stay tuned. Hey, Zaire.
What's up? How you doing, Kandid Kaiya?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good.
Good. Well, I know I already know you, but tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hey y'all. I'm Zaire Love. I'm a filmmaker and music maker from Memphis, Tennessee, and I just made the voyage back to my hometown in Memphis. So I'm creating about the Black South here in Memphis and Mississippi. I am a graduate of Spelman College. Turn up. University, and I just completed my MFA at the University of Mississippi in documentary expression. That really encompasses me like studying the South, because that's the through line and the mission of my work is to honor and amplify the voices of the Black South. So that's what I do through my music, through my film, through my writing, and just through my existence. So that's what I do.
Okay, existence. Well, Zaire, let's start with just how did you even get into filmmaking and what was your career like before?
Okay, so I've always been into the arts. It wasn't until 2018 that I really took the leap and said, you know what, this is what I really want to do. And if I make the decision and really follow purpose, I can do this. So since I was young, I've always wanted to do that. And when I was at Spelman, I was first a sociology major. I was a sociology major for like a semester, and I was just like, nah, this is not, this is not it. But I knew that I wanted to do something creative, and so I ventured over to the drama department, and I didn't have to be an actress. I could actually do like a writing track. So at Spelman is where I really started to get into that artistic realm in writing, and I became the coordination director and things of that sort. So that allowed me to do a lot of the creative direction and things of that sort. So that's kind of how I got into it. And after I graduated Spelman, I thought that I should do what everybody else does, like go and get a job in corporate, but my corporate would be like a cool corporate. So
Right, creative corporate.
yeah, like a creative corporate. So I got a position at Cox Media Group, where I actually went to Houston and was a multimedia content creator. And so that's what I was doing like right after college. And then I moved back to Atlanta, and I was more so into the social media thing with the hip hop brand and stuff like that. So life was always, or my career has always had a touch of like creativity and arts and, you know, just kind of culture. But it wasn't until I applied to my program, and I was just like, you know what? I want to capture the essence of the Black South through film and music and just really do that. And so my program was about, you know, Southern studies and studying the South. So that I was like, oh, this is definitely for me. So that program is how I really transitioned from this kind of like marketing and social media career to this more so artistic, let's um let's archive, let's capture, let's honor, let's film, let's make music about this place we call the South.
Awesome. So who would you say is your favorite director, and what is a movie that you really admire, get inspiration from?
I would say right now I don't necessarily have a favorite director, but I do have some people that I like their work. And they're young, Black, gifted, you feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
One, her name is Lacey Duke. She's like a music director. I think she's in Atlanta, and the other one is Karen Evans, and she is like she directs a lot of um Drake's music videos, and
Mhm.
she's currently like working on P Valley. So, just young Black women doing their thing. So I really admire the work that they're doing. So I guess they would be film directors too. And as far as like a movie,
Yeah, like you watch it and you're like, one day I want to have a movie out like that.
y'all gonna y'all gonna be like, what? You said you what? Your thing Black South what? What this but my favorite movie is The Sound of Music. The
Okay.
hills are alive with the sound of music. Okay. I love that film and I would love to make something like that because I think it came out in like 1965 and this is a
Still
musical.
relevant.
Like it's very, very relevant. And it's just like
Mhm.
I just love it from the music to the costume to the story. I love it. What if, like I said, what if I could bring
Mhm.
something like from the Black South and like make something like that? That would be so dope. So the Sound of Music, spin that joint, make it somewhere in the Black South and like put us on.
Right. Thinking about all the films you've created over your time and probably since your Spelman days over the last decade, where have you drawn your inspiration from?
uh I keep going back to the Black South. Like
Okay, so your own personal experiences.
yeah, my own personal experiences. The people that I've met in life, the most interesting people have been like the folks I know,
Right.
like the folks I know, my granny, my great granddad, and my mama, the people down the street,
Mhm.
the man who's on the corner, these folks, and they have extraordinary stories that they just don't that people don't ever ask them about. And so
Exactly.
a lot of my work is just like, let's hear your story. Like it needs to be archived, it needs to be out in the world. So those are the people who like really inspire me, just the everyday, person.
Mhm. Okay. So what, just speaking of those films and the people that inspire you, what has been your favorite film that you've created?
Oh, I've never been asked that. My favorite film that I've created, it's between two. One is called Trees. That was the first film that I've created with my granny. And that had a nice little run. I think people still want me to add to that. So that's gonna come, y'all.
Mhm.
And my thesis film called The Black Men I Know. And The Black Men I Know is about my brother and my uncle, and it follows them and their experiences with, hood hustle and honor,
Mm.
incarceration, violence, all of these things, and how Black men deal with grief. And so I just thought that that process of making The Black Men I Know really took me out of my element. One, because when you think about your brother or when you think about your uncle, you're not really thinking about who they are as people. You just only
Mhm.
know them as like, oh, that's uncle, that's brother. Not really knowing them. And
Mhm.
so it was an eye-opening experience about knowing who they are as people. So that experience and the final product I would say that's my favorite.
Here I want to ask you for a little bit of your advice. So, what advice do you have for those looking to be filmmakers but may not have a whole lot of money to directly invest into fancy equipment, etc., or even the process entirely?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said earlier, I really feel like the idea, the soul, the ideation behind a lot of the things is what people are really looking at. Like even if you look at social media, a lot of the things that we engage in aren't high quality, but like that person is funny, or that person is inspirational, or that person is just like just has a vibe that we like. And so we're not really worried about is this, does this look cinematic?
Right.
Is the audio crisp? You know, it's just like we
Not crisp.
look, Chris, look, we're really just here to be entertained. We're here for what we want, and that might be, like I said, comedy, inspiration, or just a chill vibe. So I think for that filmmaker or that aspiring filmmaker who does not have the money right now to get the fancy equipment, to really work on the ideas, work on the storytelling, work on how can you make this film or make this story compelling where people want to watch it, and then start doing it, whether that's on your iPhone or your Android or whatever. Like now iPhones
High quality
are
film.
high quality. Like if you can get an idea that is mostly outside, that video on the iPhone outside, because of that outside lighting,
A1.
it'll look crisp. And now they have the little gimbals for the iPhone, and so the gimbal is something where, like, no matter what you do with the camera, like, it still allows you to like have a smooth transition. So if you get one of those, I know they're like between like 30. Ooh, I'm sorry, between like 30 and up. So if you can just get the beginner one, like, hey, you on to something. You
Right.
are on to something. So I think, just starting with the idea and just making sure that it's just a powerful one and being able to tell a good story, I feel like you're on to something.
All right. So next question, what are your best tips to creating, directing a phenomenal film?
I think it goes back to the idea. Like,
Okay.
you really have to be about that idea, about that life. Whether it's documentary, which I'm mostly a documentary filmmaker, which I'm working with real people and their real lives and their real experiences, or a narrative that filmmaker where it's a written script. You really like. I just feel like in order for people to feel you, you got to feel it. So just starting with a really solid idea, but also like being willing to bring other folks in on it. Right now, I'm a
Right.
one-woman show, but my energy is already like, let me bring more folks in here that feel the same way, and so we can create together, because what they say, two heads are better than one. So I really feel like that's something that I'll stand on, just having just that idea and being very, very drawn to it, like really having a passion for it. And I feel like the rest, you'll begin to see that in the decisions that you make in the film, as far as like directing, editing, all of that. Like, it'll just really really like spread throughout the project that you're doing.
All right. Well, that is all the questions I have for you. Psych, y'all know I had to hit her with one more. So Zaire, it's a finish my sentence. And the finish my sentence statement is, as a filmmaker, I aspire to
put the Black South on.
Period.
Period. I aspire to put the Black South on. I feel like, Black folks here in America who were born here, all come from the South. Whether you were born in New York or California, you wonder why, when you go on social media, everybody has these similar childhood or like shared experience. And it's just like, but you in my house. And it's just like, like, there is something about our culture that like binds us. And we have to understand that a lot of it comes from our history, that had us enslaved in the South. You feel what I'm saying? And so I want to bring honor and I want to amplify the South in ways because we have so much, like we bring so much innovation, so much culture, so much style, so much swag, so much sauce. And so
Facts.
as a filmmaker, I just want to put us on and give us that credit that we deserve.
Thanks, sis. I know you will do just that, representing for the South, Tennessee in
Hey,
the house.
hey, turn up.
Well, Zaire, tell everyone how they can keep up with you, follow you in your work.
Oh, for sure. Instagram, hit me up, ZY_YEAR. You can also find me on my website at Zaire, ZYYEAR.com or Zaire Love. That's my name. ZAIRELOVE.com. It's the same website. I just want to give you two ways to get there.
Right. You're going to be found. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, sis, for doing this interview. Again, this was our first virtual interview. And yes, I don't know where I was looking, but either way, I hope you guys still got all your questions answered and learned a lot about filmmaking. And thank you again, Zaire. Stay tuned for more virtual interviews coming up. And we thank you all for watching. See you next time.